Hello, my name is Sarah. Welcome to the It's a Sarah podcast. Today is Monday, November 28th, and this is episode 48. Knit, I love to crochet, and I love to talk, so that's the perfect combination for this podcast. I'm coming to you from the Netherlands, so excuse my Dutchy English. I make 2 episodes every Monday, one in Dutch and one in English, in which I share my handwerkperikelen with you. That's Dutch for crafty adventures. You can find me as It's a Sarah on Instagram and on Ravelry and here on YouTube. I guess that's all you need to know. I try to link everything I talk about down below. When you miss something, let me know. I don't have the time. No, I don't make the time to reply all the comments, but I read everyone and I enjoy everyone. But answering the comments means less knitting time. And I don't think I have to explain. You all understand that knitting is the thing we love to do the most. So I do, you do too, I guess. Otherwise you wasn't watching this podcast. Maybe crochet. I do a lot. I do hardly any crochet last weeks, and I am definitely longing for some crochet. I want to make granny squares, to make another Ariana cardigan, but it's knitting all the time, and I do love knitting too. But I hope I will cast on Ariana cardigan soon. It's in my mind, very high. So it starts in the heart, and then it goes to the head, and then suddenly it's in my hands. So it won't take a long time, I guess, before it's on my needle. Okay, I have a lot to tell you about. No, not a very lot, but nice stuff. I have a lot of nice stuff to tell you about. Let's begin with what I'm wearing. My headband, the pattern calls Braided and Cabled Earwarmer, and it's a free pattern, I guess, on Ravelry by Jessika Kalwei. I did a little, how do you call it? I refixed it? No, I don't know how you say it. My headband, well, I have the perfect size for my headbands. When I knit them, I always knit them 48 centimeters long, because that's the perfect width. But after wearing this one for more than a year, quite a lot, it got a bit too wide. It stretched out, and I had to fix it. So I ripped out the ends, and I ripped out. I measured it, and it did grow to 54. Did I say 48 right? Yes, 54 centimeters. So it grows 6 centimeters, and it wasn't nice on my head, too loose. So I fixed it, and now it's perfect, and it's quite narrow on my head, but not too tight, because then I get a headache, but perfect. So it was a little quick fix. 15 minutes cost me, but I was it cost me weeks to do it. And it was ready in 15 minutes, but that's the way how some things go. You know that. yeah, but I'm very happy it worked out pretty good. And then what I'm wearing, I am wearing my Festive Yoke sweater, a Christmas sweater. I hate Christmas sweaters. And that's not very nice to say. Now, I don't mind other people wearing Christmas sweaters, but I didn't feel that acrylic Christmas commercial sweater hype. When you can buy cheap, funny looking sweaters just to wear one day or 2 or 3 or maybe 4, it was not my thing. And I absolutely don't mind other people wearing that stuff. My own daughter wears her Christmas sweater, but I wasn't feeling it. But last year, in December, Ellie from Skeindeer Knits showed... No, I didn't see it. I think I saw it for the first time on Julia's podcast, from the Happy Knitting podcast. She was knitting it, and I was immediately in love with the pattern. And it surprised me, because I'm not a Christmas sweater person, but I want that Christmas sweater. And that was quite a weird feeling to me. But I checked Ellie from Skeindeer, and she was telling she had designed a Christmas sweater and a Christmas cardigan, a Festive Yoke sweater and her Festive Yoke cardigan, but the pattern wasn't ready. And it was especially the layout which wasn't ready, the pictures and all that stuff. But she wants to allow people to buy it already, so they can make the sweater and in the Christmas time, in the December time, and in the festive time, festive month. And then she would make it ready, so for the next year, 2022, it was a good pattern. So I bought it, and I had absolutely no time making it, but I decided I want to knit a Christmas sweater in 2 weeks, because I want to wear it on Christmas Day. And I remember it was on a Friday, and I had to look in my stash for yarn, but the only good yarn I had in my stash was this yarn. And I didn't have time to go to the yarn shop, and I also couldn't order it online, because when I ordered it on Friday, it would be delivered on Monday, maybe Tuesday, and there was absolutely no chance I started that by then, because then I wouldn't make it. I had to start immediately. So I had in my stash Loopy Einband, and I planned to knit a dress with it, but then with the yarn hold double. I never knitted it with Loopy Einband before, and yeah, but it was the only sweater quantity I had. I saw one of Ellie's testers had exactly this colored version, beige with brown, and I loved that version. So the colors were fine to me, but the yarn, when I started knitting it, I didn't like the yarn. I didn't like it at all. It looked so messy. It was so ugly. I was knitting it, and the color work, I like a good contrast with the color work, but this yarn, let me see, it's messy, and she also, here, look at this. She also, the pattern, there were some testers who knitted this sweater with holes, super soft, single, but also some with holes super soft double. But I tried with Einband single. I didn't have enough in my stash to knit the whole sweater double. The main color I had, but not the contrast color. And I was quite sure I wanted an all-over colorwork sweater. You can choose in this pattern. There are little charts, I guess about 20 or something. 20 charts with trees and hearts and reindeers and snowflakes and Christmas flowers and little presents and Christmas bells. All the stuff. You can make it as busy as you want, and you can choose which you want to use, and you can also choose if you only want to knit a yoke or all over color work or whatever. But I wanted this all over color work, and I wanted it to be Christmassy, but not too much, so I can wear it before and after Christmas without that Christmas sweater feeling I don't like. I have to sit there, you can see my whole head. Oh, I see it. I have a little side there. Perfectionism is here. Oh no, it's there. Yeah, whatever. So I casted it on and I knit it and I knit it and I didn't like it. But I thought I want to make it. It's my challenge now. I will make it. And I did make it. And I remember the first time I put it on, or I looked in the mirror and it wasn't close to my eyes, but a few meters distance. I thought, this is crazy. I think this is the most ugly color work knitting I ever made. But when I look in the mirror, it's lovely. It's beautiful. And it was so confusing because I still have the feeling with this sweater. When I see myself on my phone now, I think, oh, you are wearing a lovely sweater. It's so nice. It's so nice. But when I come close, it's not even, you can see it on the camera a little bit. It's not as annoying as it is in real life, but whatever. It is one of my favorite sweaters. I finished it before Christmas. I could wear it on the first Christmas day. In the Netherlands we have 2 Christmas days. We have Christmas Eve and then first Christmas day and second Christmas day. So I could wear it and I love to wear it. And because it is such a light yarn... Oh, I'm receiving a message. Okay, for my daughter. Because it is such a light yarn, it's also a very lightweight jumper. Jumper is English, is it British? A lightweight jumper, lightweight sweater. But it is very warm, but also airy because of the light yarn. And that's exactly what I needed when you are celebrating Christmas and you're having Christmas dinner. It's also quite warm with the fire on and all the people and the coziness. And it was nice to wear a lightweight sweater. So I have mixed feelings with the sweater, especially when making it, because I didn't love the way how it looked. But when I see myself now and when I wear it, it's like a warm, cozy hug. And I love the colors. I love the patterns I chose. I chose the snowflakes and the Christmas tree and the heart and the Randys. It's lovely. It's one of my favorite sweaters. And when I put it on 2 weeks ago, it made me feel so happy and I love it. I'm not a high neckline person, but I did find out that when I don't wear my necklace is the right word, I guess, I'm very attached to my necklace. It feels very weird not wearing a necklace. But when I don't wear the necklace, the high neckline is fine. It isn't bothering me as much as when here is this necklace still annoying, and now it's okay. I think I made it a bit wider. I think I cast it on for a few sizes bigger, and then I went to the stitch amount for my size. So the neckline is a bit wider, a bit more air. But I really love this pattern. Oh, I will wear it a lot in December, I guess. Maybe I am a Christmas lover, a Christmas sweater lover. Maybe I didn't know for my whole life. I didn't know, but I am such a person. Oh, I love it. I will tell you a little bit more about it later when I will tell you about my plans for knitting in December and Advent. But this is, I absolutely want to recommend the pattern. The Festive Yoke sweater or the Festive Yoke cardigan. I have both because the next time I will make it, I want to make a cardigan, I guess. But very nice and lovely patterns. And I also see me making one with only the trees or with only the hearts. When you have a main color and then the hearts in every time in another color, and it won't be a Christmas sweater, but how lovely is it? There are so many possibilities. It is really a Christmas sweater recipe you should have. Maybe there are more Christmas sweater patterns, but I love this one. I never need another one for the rest of my life. I can make Christmas sweaters for everyone now. I love it. I love it. I love it. So that's what I'm wearing. Finished objects. I don't have one. I do have one, a half finished object, and that's my sock. Last week I showed you, I don't know if I had, yeah, I showed you only the skein, I guess, from the sock yarn. It was gifted to me by the dyer, the Dutch dyer, Françoise from Bed Kettle Yarn, and the color called Fudge, Caramel Fudge. Lovely, lovely color. And I knitted up a sock, and I added a quite pinky border because I love, oh, I'm sorry for that noise. I don't know, we call it a bladblazer. It is autumn here, so there are leaves everywhere, and now somebody is with that kind of machine which blows all the leaves to one place, and then the grass is clean. I don't like the noise. And I also couldn't film downstairs because before the house there were working men, and they would see me chatting to my phone, and it didn't feel comfortable. So now I'm here, but this is also not nice, this sound. Maybe I will take a lunch first. Yeah, let's do that. I will make myself some soup and knit for a bit and come back, and hopefully I hope the guy is ready in the garden. Okay, see you soon. Bye bye. Hello, so I'm back again, and I think the annoying noise, I do hear it, but I guess they are a bit further away, so I hope it will be okay. I didn't have lunch. In the social media live, I would be I would go downstairs and make myself a warm, healthy soup and sit down with my soup and knitting, and I would be quite relaxed, and oh, it's all so good. And then I went back filming this episode again. But online life is not real life, huh? In real life, I went downstairs and see the time and thought, oh no, it's way later than I thought it was. I don't have time for lunch because I must edit the Dutch episode, and then I hope the noise is gone so I can go further with my English episode, and then I have to go. I have to do a walk with the dog, and then my kids are coming home from school, and oh no, way! I did some knitting or ate some soup. No way! I will do that tomorrow. No, this evening. But let me make this episode because I do have to do the other stuff quite soon. Walk with the dog and drink tea with my daughter. And that's more important, I guess, than having me lunch. Now, I always take my breakfast quite late, so I skip my lunch quite often because I'm not hungry at the time. But I was talking about my sock, I guess, because it's laying there. This sock is the Caramel Fudge yarn, and I did quite a pinky color pop. I do love it. I'm a brown lover, neutral lover, but I'm also a color lover. So I like a bit of a color pop now and then. And this, when I was knitting, I was, every time I thought, oh, I want a pink border. And then I looked through my stash, and I found a little, oh, it's open, in my project bag. I always forgot to show my project bags. This is, oh, I love this vintage fabric. It's made by a Dutch lady, Rachel, and it was a gift, and it's lovely. And it's perfect for some sock knitting. But I found quite a tiny, lovely yarn ball in my stash. It isn't sock yarn, but I don't know what it is. It is from Lang Yarns, but I don't know it's quite soft. But this is my sock and it fits perfectly. So I cast it on the second one and I will finish it hopefully. No, not next week, I guess. I did quite some sock knitting this week, but I'm not sure if it will happen this coming week. We shall see, we shall see. So that, and then I knitted quite a bit on my cardigan, on my Sunday cardigan. And last week I showed you, I have two now. This is my knitting from last week. And now I have a phone call. Okay, it's the day everything goes wrong. I received a phone call and I want to do it away, but it doesn't work out, and then I put my episode away and not the phone call. Oh, both. I didn't call. Normally I put my phone on a not disturb function, but I forget to do it. Didn't do it already. So it will be a messy episode. I'm sorry. The Sunday cardigan by Petite knit in Olive Lopi, color 85, I guess. Yeah, 85. A bit of beige brown. I was knitting it, and the pattern told me to knit the last and the first and the last stitch on the right side. Always knit them, and on the wrong side always purl them, and then you will get a nice border. I don't get a nice border. It was a messy border, so I tried some things and I didn't work out, and then I thought, okay, I accept the border. Then I have a messy border. Maybe it will be better when it's finished, but I will be okay with it because I want this cardigan. And then a Dutch knitter messaged me, and I replied on my Dutch episode, and she said I am knitting a cardigan with an I-cord bind off, and maybe that's a solution. And I thought, no, it is too thick, this yarn, it won't work out, I guess. So I will keep knitting. But then I tried on this piece, and then I got this. Do you see the difference? This lovely border. It wasn't the I-cord bind off with 3 stitches slipped purl-wise yarn in front, but you at the right side you knit 1 stitch, purl 1 with yarn in front, knit 1, as well in the beginning and at the end of your needle. At the wrong side you slip 1 stitch purl-wise with the yarn in front, knit 1 stitch, slip 1 stitch purl-wise with the yarn in front, also at the beginning and at the end. And it looked so much neater, and I love this kind of borders. So I decided to cast on a second one. I didn't rip out this one because I want to show you, and I want to be certain this one will work out. And now I'm here. This time I had such good reasons to not knit the color together. The pattern tells you to do it afterwards as one of the last things, and I thought it was a good idea, so I could decide if I wanted to be a folded color or just this way. But it's so satisfying to knit the color together, the stitches with the other stitches, not do it by sewing but by knitting, and I couldn't resist. So I did, and that now I don't have to doubt about the way I want it to be, because this is the only option. So that will save me some time. So and now I did add 2 stitches on both sides. You knit the button band. It's a straight knitted cardigan, so you knit back and forth, and the button band is a ribbed button band all the way. But because I would knit the I-cord bind off, I was a bit worried it would be too narrow, the button band. So I added 2 stitches at the beginning and 2 stitches at the end. So I casted on the amount of stitches the pattern tells you to, and added 4 stitches. But now I am knitting it isn't necessary. It wasn't necessary. It is a bit wider than I like it to be. I guess when I didn't add these two stitches, it would be better. But otherwise, I have some big buttons, and it is a big cardigan and thick yarn, so it's okay. So I will leave it this way. I love it. I love it. Should I try it on? It's not a good match with my sweater, but it's a lovely pattern. It is quite warm. Quite thick. Not a high neckline under this. And this double color is like a lovely coziness in your neck. I'm not quite sure if it's the best look for me with the way I have my hair, but I love the feeling of it. And Alafaslope is quite itchy, but I don't mind. It doesn't feel itchy in my neck. It's perfect. It's like a warm layer. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love the look of the stitches. I love the fit. And yeah, this these are not interchangeables. I don't have them yet in this size. So it's this is all the length I got, but I can close it, and you will not knit buttonholes, but you will. I don't know I don't know if I will add buttons, but I have quite some big handmade wooden buttons, and I like them a lot, and I think they would be lovely, but I don't know if they are practical. So I will see that afterwards. I can also wear it open. I mostly wear my cardigans open actually, but I love the fit, and it's really warm and nice. And now I'm at the sleeve. I looked for my Knit Pro needles. I bought these as a set, interchangeable set, when I started knitting. I didn't know Chao by then. I don't like them. They are knitting fine, but I don't like the cable, and this part from the cable to the needle is it's not. I prefer Chao, but I have these, and they are knitting fine. I knit the sleeves on a 7mm needle, and a message from my daughter, and the stockinette right here on the 6mm needle. But when I knit back and forth, I knit quite loosely, and I was a bit afraid when I would be knitting in the round, and then also a sleeve, it would be too tight. I always go up one needle size for my sleeves, and I think it's perfect, because this is 6mm needles and this is 7, and it looked quite the same. So it's really a very nice warmth. I'm loving this cardigan already. So I knitted the ball for the body. The yarn skein was this yarn skein was op. We say in Dutch. My skein was empty. No, that's not the right. No, there was no skein anymore. So, and then I always knit the sleeves first, because there's not all the body you have to on your lap, but you can make the sleeves. And this cardigan has quite long sleeves. I love it. It's easy. It's only knitting in a round, and I knit magic loop because I don't have shorties for this size. But it's all knitting in a round, only decreasing 2 stitches, I guess, and then a long cuff. So I will finish the sleeves, and then I will see how much yarn I have left. And I want it to be, because it's a fitted cardigan, I want it quite short for all my dresses and skirts. So I think it will be a quick knit. I was hoping to make it very quick, but when I was working it, especially this part, it was quite hard on my hands. I never... when I'm continental knitting, I never feel my hands, and I don't have to worry about them. When I knit English style, I did feel it a bit, but continental, no, I can knit for hours without any pain or whatever. But now I felt it, so I picked up other knitting. I knit a few rows on this, and then I knit a few rows on my sock on my other sweater. I will show you in a minute. And you know, when you do this and do that, I don't know the word. but so it goes a bit slower than I thought it would be, but it's okay. It's absolutely okay. I love it. I love it really. Yes, it's so warm and cozy. It's like a warm hug. And I need a warm hug because it's getting colder here. And yeah, I love it. It's only stockinette right now for the sleeves and for the body. Oh, and a bit of ribbing on the hem. And then it's finished because you don't have to do any button bands or picking up stitches. And that's very nice. So yeah, I love this pattern. So now I will rip out my first version and use that yarn for the sleeves. And so let's see, where's my... There we go, there. All the yarn, all the needles. Okay, so the other, the third and the last knit I worked on last week. Oh no, not the last, but is my Ursina in a lovely project bag. It's a quilted project bag by a Belgian lady with my name on it. I don't know if I showed it last week, but it's lovely. It's lovely. Quilting Mieke is her name. I love it. And I'm knitting the Ursina by Jacqueline Cieslak. I started it already in September, and then the care sweater came and the mystery knit along, and I didn't knit on it. But now I was feeling my hands. I picked it up again and I knitted the sleeve. It's also, I was at the sleeve. I also knitted one skein when my skein was gone. I started the sleeve, but then I have to check the pattern, what to do, and then I won't knit on it because I don't know. I can't go on because I have to check the pattern, and then I think, oh, it will be hard. It will be hard. It is never hard. It's only you have to prepare. You have to know how many decreases you have to make and which row, and then it's only knitting. So it's a quite nice and tight sleeve, and the pattern tells you to do just a bind off and no ribbing. And I wasn't sure if I liked that because I love 2x2 ribbing, very long cuffs. I love it. So I want to add cuffs, but I'm not quite sure if I have enough yarn. So what I plan to do, I want to put the stitch on hold, but it was, I don't want the yarn ball to stay attached because that's not working nice with the other part. So I thought bind off is even less work, I guess, than place the stitches on hold. So I will finish this sleeve and do the same, and then finish the body, and then I will check if I have some yarn left and if I want to rip out the bind off and add some nice long cuffs. That we will see. I saw the here. I picked up the stitches here, and you see this line. I hope it will block out. I'm knitting. Oh, I have a question for you. I'm knitting with Istex Camp yarn, and it's a merino yarn, but I'm not sure if this is superwash or non-superwash merino yarn. I sent Istex an email, but they never answered. And some people say no, it's non-superwash, and some people say no, it's superwash, but I don't know. I can't find it on their website. I can find it on the label. So I don't know. Maybe somebody can help. Someone can help me. Is this superwash or non-superwash? It feels quite soft and nice, but a little bit rougher than the commercial merino yarns I know. So I'm not sure, but it knits lovely, only it's all crinkly and all. So this merino yarn needs a good block. But I love the pattern. It's very, very nice and easy. The pattern also gives you the numbers to make a worsted version, and I regretted a bit. I didn't cast on one in Let Lopi or another worsted yarn because it's now getting colder and colder. This is more for autumn or spring or on a chilly summer day. But otherwise, this is also perfect under a cardigan. And yeah, I will finish it, and maybe I will cast on a worsted weight. I have quite some Let Lopi in my stash, and I would love this sweater in Lopi or other worsted yarn to keep me warm in the winter. But all the plans, all the projects. So let me take you to my advent plans. Advent planning. I don't have an Advent calendar. I did two years ago, and I like that very much, but it's quite expensive, and I do have a lot of scrap yarn, a lot of minis, and I don't need them. And it doesn't. Last year I thought, now let me be smart. I don't order an Advent calendar because I have too much already. And when it was December, I regretted it a little bit. Everybody was in the December mood, in the Advent mood, and I had nothing. And then I cast it on this sweater. One of the reasons I wanted to make also a Christmas knit. And this year again, I didn't order an Advent calendar because I have so many sock yarn in my stash. New skeins, minis, scraps, and I don't have as much money. I can buy everything I want, so I have to choose. And my choice was to not do an Advent calendar. And of course, now everybody is showing their, oh, my Advent is already, it's laying there, and I feel the fear of missing out. I don't have one. But I remembered, in January, I was gifted this bunch of mini skeins by a lovely Dutch lady, Corine, from Juffrouw Lanterfant. That was the name of her yarn shop in Groningen. It's closed now. She doesn't have it anymore, but she had a lot of yarn also in her stash, and she had a tool. I think it's called the Niddy Noddy or something other iddy-oddy word. I don't know. It's a wooden thing, and you can make perfect mini skeins with it. So she sent me this because she loved me telling in my Dutch episodes about my scrappy blankets, and she sent me this whole bunch of all yarn scraps with little labels from what yarn it is, and with a lovely message. And she said it's for in your scrappy blankets. I never had the time to knit them in my scrappy blanket, and now I thought this would be perfect for Advent. They are, I think it are 25 minis. I don't know, it's quite, my daughter did count them, but I forgot. But and for a little moment I thought, will I put them in some paper so it will be a surprise, but I don't want to make the time for that. I prefer knitting that time. So I put them all in a nice basket, and I will add them. I am knitting a cozy memory, the coziest memory blanket, but these are 5 gram skeins, and my squares ask for 6 or 9. I don't know, but 5 is too less. But I am also knitting my Northeasterly. I showed it last time, and now I decided I will add a little bit of a little mini every day in December. So I do share the Advent feeling to add all the stripes to my Northeasterly. I love this blanket. I love it so much. I love it so much. I just started a new column, and I really love it. I love this pattern a lot. The Northeasterly by Skeiningans. I was watching the episode from Amber Elena. Oh, what does she call? Amber Elena on Instagram. Oh no, I forgot the name on A Lovely Yarn. A Lovely Yarn, I guess. Oh, I'm so bad in all the names. There are so many names. A Lovely Yarn. I will link her episode down below in the description box, because she had a lovely scrappy episode with all the scrappy projects for Advent, and I thought so many things I wanted to cast on, but I already have 3 scrappy blankets. So and I love knitting on these. I enjoyed it a lot, and this is a forever project. I'm absolutely not thinking of finishing it in a time. It may, I think I even would be a bit upset when it will be finished, because oh, I love it. But I will add a column, an advent column to it through December. So that's my plan. And the other plan, no, that's not a plan, Sarah, that's not a plan. The other doubt is I also have the pattern for the Festive Yoke cardigan. And I also have a very nice green yarn and a very nice white yarn in the right amounts to knit that cardigan. But I'm a bit afraid that I can't knit it without wanting it to be finished on Christmas. And I don't want to... Last year I knit this sweater in 2 weeks, but that was quite a challenge for me to knit an all over colorwork sweater in 2 weeks. Now I have 4 weeks until it's Christmas, but I don't want that rush and stress and focus. I just had it with the mystery knit along, and I don't long for a challenge right now. I just want to be quiet and easy, and just knit for relaxing and fun. And I'm a bit afraid when I start the cardigan, I will love it so much that I forget that that it don't have to be finished before Christmas, and then I go all the way. I know myself and I want it to be finished and it will be finished, but then I have to spend all my time on that cardigan. And I don't know if that's a good idea right now. So I am doubting, can I knit at the cardigan, just enjoying knitting the Christmassy cardigan and without the need of finishing it, just enjoying the process. I'm absolutely a product knitter, so enjoying the process is not my natural knit style. I want to be it. I want to finish it, and I like that. I want to wear it. So I am a little bit thinking about that, thinking about casting on that cardigan, knit on it through December and all the festive days, and maybe then put it away until next year, or finish it in May or April. I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure. But it isn't December already. We don't have a Christmas tree. Within 2 weeks, I guess. I will see. I have such a nice and cozy feeling by seeing me knitting my Christmas cardigan while sitting next to the Christmas tree. But in real life, I have to do other things, I guess. We will see, we will see. Okay, that's all the knitting. I had a lovely day with a lot of lovely knitters last Saturday. There was a Dutch knitter. She organized an ontmoetdag. She called it a day when where you can meet each other and also you can relax. You don't have to do all the other stuff. You just have to sit and knit or crochet. And there were lovely ladies, lovely food, and it was quite a nice day. It's always so lovely when knitters and crocheters connect, and in real life. So not only on the socials, but in real life. I enjoyed it a lot. So I have some. Do you call it footage? Podcasters always say I put some footage at the end. Sounds very professional when I say right now, I put some footage from the day at the end, but I don't know what I'm exactly saying because I don't, what means footage? I don't know if I say it right. I'm absolutely somebody, I'm not an auditive person, but I have to see the word. When I see it, I can say it. But when I only when I only hear it, it's mainly not enough to say it correctly. So I put some footage, I guess, from the day now, so you can see some lovely Dutch ladies knitting and chatting. Okay, I'm sorry, it is a bit of a messy episode. It's a bit of a messy day for me. I don't know why. I had all the time and quiet and peace to make the episodes, but I don't know. It's a messy day because of the guy with the noise. I guess it's his fault. and all the phone calls and messages in between. But I will put my episode right up, and then I will sit down and knit.